Hey, what's up, everybody? It is your girl, Miss Cat, your coach, accountability partner, and teacher.
And it's your girl, LiShon, the Don from the Party Palace.
And we're here with yet another episode of Both Sides of the Check. And yeah, I got one for you today,
So
Sean.
you spicy today. Lord.
You know
spicy.
me. You know how I do this thing.
Go ahead. Put the spicy on me.
So I'm gonna start this off with a story. I think. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna start this off with a story.
Go ahead.
Sean and I, for those that don't know, I help in some regard with some of her party planning. I'm a coordinator on the side. You know me, I'm the Jane of all trades, right? So I do a little coordination, and when my clients want me to coordinate their events, I bring Sean in for the decor. So we, we're in a situation where the client that we were working with, they had some other decor people and just some other like entities that they had brought to the table. And it was very kind of clear that there was a little bit of tense in the room, right? And for me, so that's where this topic comes in, right? Because for me, I just want to know, is it true that we can really have collaboration versus competition? Or is that just a myth?
In my opinion.
Tell me, Sean.
I think that it's possible. It depends on the group. And I always say pick your people. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, you know I like to play it safe. But pick your people. Pick your people. So that way you don't have competition, because it's enough for all of us.
But I guess my thing is this: why is it? And I'm gonna ask a question and kind of like answer it, and then ask a question again, because like I'm really toying with this in my mind in real life and like in real time, because it's like if we come together and we're supposed to collaborate on an event or collaborate on something, why can't we successfully do that? Is it because you're an entrepreneur and I'm an entrepreneur and we're both like bosses in our own right? And so that boss ego, big dog, mentality can't tone down to collaborate with other people? Is that because for me, let me just say it like this. I am, and people that know me in real life, like I do business for real. I'm a boss of bosses. Like I am that chick, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to what I do. But there have been many circumstances where people that were under me, or, you know what I'm saying, in my, like they might have even been check cashers, right? They say, hey, I'm trying to do this, that, and the third. Do you mind volunteering? Do you mind, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just the type of person like, hey, I don't mind helping you with your vision. I don't mind collaborating with you because I might need that same, thing for my business. So like, what is the true, in your opinion, like what is the true problem with people coming together and doing business together? Like seriously, Sean.
I don't think doing business is the problem. I think it's the person that's the problem. And I think it has a lot to do with how you feel about yourself, because even if in sitting at that table, meeting with people, I didn't feel like, I wasn't good enough. I felt like I looked at it as an opportunity to grow.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like anytime I'm in a room with other people that are doing the same thing as me, or even, that are in other industries, I look at it as a chance to grow. You've brought me in on some really, really big things, and I've always looked at that as an opportunity to grow. It's never been about competition, or it's never been about, once she hooked me up with this person, I'll go behind her and do whatever. It's always been about us moving as a unit. And I think us moving as a unit has allowed us to go further. And that's what people don't understand. When you go together, you go forward. When you go separately, you'll go faster. But when you go together, you're going to go further.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It may take you a little longer, but you will go further. I just think that some people just are greedy.
So that's
like, I just think
touch on it.
It may just be that people are greedy. You know what I mean? Like,
or let's keep it a buck. If it's 2 or 3 of you guys in the same industry and you're the self-proclaimed best of the best, maybe in some regard, some people might feel like, well, dang, if Sean come in and she show out, I might not be considered as the best no more, or people might see that I'm really not
who I say I am. I mean, and I'm just, I guess I believe, you know, it goes back to, you know, putting a little bit of what I believe in, my faith in it. What's for me is for me, and what's for you is for you. Yeah. So I don't think that, you know, I would ever have a problem with sitting down at the table with anybody, you know, that are in the same industry. Like, I don't have a problem with collaborating. I look at it as an opportunity to learn things that I may not already know, or to learn something that it might take me 2 hours to do. They know how to do it in 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? It might be a vendor that I don't know about that may be lower than us all, that we can grab her hand or his hand and bring him up to where we are. So I look at it as a way of being helped and helping. So I don't ever look at it as you know, as competition. But everybody don't think like me. Everybody don't think like you. For sure. And I can respect that. For sure. I can respect that.
I just think that, you know, when you don't know how to collaborate, though, you stunting your growth. Yeah. Because let's just keep it a buck. If there's a major, if somebody come and they like, oh, it's this major event, and we're just using decor because that's just easy to talk about right now, you know, make it make sense, right? And they're like, hey, we want to decorate the whole downtown. Okay. The whole downtown. You so greedy. You trying to do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? You trying to do it yourself. You done messed up the contract. You know what I'm saying? Or now your whole company looking stupid because you trying to do it yourself, rather than saying, you know what, let me get with the Party Palace. Let me get with XYZ. We can all come together. Not only can we all come together and we all make this money, but now we all look good because of the fact that it wasn't the pressure of all of this on one person. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I think that if people start like using, you know, like thinking about the big picture, like think about the big picture when it's time to collaborate. You know what I'm saying? Is it worth your ego to miss out on something that could be potentially great?
Greater later, like you say, greater later.
I'm just saying, you don't know what opportunity you might be missing out on because you can't collaborate with other people. Right. Seriously. Right. That could be a make or break situation in your business. You know what I'm saying? And then let's just keep it real. I don't know, for those that's not tuning in here, you know, we in Houston. This is Houston, Texas. And although we are a big city, reputation and like people know. And that's one thing that you don't want to be said about you. Yeah, man, I was thinking about hiring the Party Palace, but you know, Sean don't know how to work well
with others.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but like we talked about on the last show, like, you know, getting with like-minded individuals. For sure. Getting with people who understand where you are and, you know, how they can help you move forward, how they can help you get over a hump, so to speak, like your shirt. Solution is the new currency. Like it's absolutely true. Like it is the new currency. You know, being able to problem solve, being able to work together. Like it just makes it many hands make less work.
For sure.
Many hands make less work.
And at the end of the day, you know, like you said earlier, you know, you go further
together.
You know, together, and you know, I think like, and now that I think about it, I'm like, yeah, it be greed. And the funny part about it is the greedier you are, the less that you receive. But the crazy thing is that once you are open, once you are, you know, like helping and humbling yourself, it just, I mean, and maybe that's just me, but I noticed that when I get to the point, like, you know what, I ain't even gonna it ain't about the money. Yeah. It ain't about the money. I'm gonna just do this on GP. I'm gonna just do this on the strength. I'm gonna just do this on the love. And that's when I get blessed even better, even more. It just seemed like when I put that ego, that boss, that whatever to the side, it opens up more doors for me.
You know, my mom used to have this saying when I was growing up. She used to say, you can't get nothing with your hand closed. If your hand balled up like this, you're trying to keep everything for yourself. How somebody else gonna put something in it? You gotta open up your hand in order to get something else in it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta help somebody else, and along the way, you may need help. So somebody's gonna come along and help you, because none of us just woke up this morning and we were the best
creme de la creme
in the city.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? None of us woke up and just like, oh, we the best. Like, we had to start somewhere. You know what I mean? So I think that it just works in your favor to collaborate. It works in your favor to be a part of something that's beneficial for everybody. And I guess that's easier for me to say and comprehend, because I know, I think I've said it on the show before, I'm a twin, so I'm always used to it being us two. Yeah. So I'm always used to being with someone else, and I know how to go further with two people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I know how to be a part of a team. Like, I just don't know how I would feel dangling out here, just me by myself. So I've never felt like someone else in the circle with me is competition. I've always felt like it's a help. And I mean, you know, I'm just going to say it from my mouth and for myself. Like, God blesses me with other people so that I can be better and so that I can bless somebody else. For sure. So again, it's always, always, always better to collaborate.
And I'm going to say this from the big dog's mouth. Look, you know, there ain't no competition. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like, if you are confident and competent in what you do, you shouldn't have to feel threatened. I can walk into any room, and I don't care if who you are or what you do or how much money you make or whatever the case may be. Like, I know who I am. I'm secure in who I am. And, you know, so with that being said, you know, if you are brought to the table to collaborate, you know, just
see what it's about. Yeah. Don't just shut it down from the start. Like, just see what it's about, because and another thing, like, the opportunity is not always just shiny. Sometimes you got to sit down a couple times to know that, hey, you know what? I can see that this is going to be, you know, this is going to be something big. Because even the situation that you're speaking of, after we've had a couple meetings, you know, you and I have talked about that, and I was saying that, wow, you know, I feel like it's going to be a big opportunity for us all. And not only that, like, just thinking about the meeting, it was like, we're all here together. Imagine if we just move forward on every 30 days, you know, every 90 days, getting events where we're all working together and we're all, you know, everybody is on the hunt for the next event, for the next, you know, for the next big thing that we all can work on together. Like, just, you know, just start building a team. But it's hard to build a team, because like you said, people want to be the best. They want to be the most. They want to be out front. They want to get all the shine, all the glory. And it's about, it's greed and it's ego.
But this is also what I want people to kind of like put it in a different perspective. Like, is this your only source of income? Because it's like, if you, first of all, I'm going to do my own business. You know what I'm saying? So with that, so let's keep it real. Let me make this a little bit simplistic of what I'm trying to say. Yes, if I collaborate on this event with you, I'm not going to make 100% of the money, right? But I'd rather get a piece of something than zero of nothing. So guess what? I'm going to get this from you. I'm going to do my own thing over here and make that money. And I'm going to do my own thing over here and make this money. I'm going to collaborate with them, collaborate with you, and then do my own thing. So to be honest with you, if you come to the table and you look like you, for whatever reason, are not mature enough or whatever to collaborate, it kind of subconsciously looks like that you don't got your stuff together like you proclaim that you do. Because it's like, if you should be able to collaborate and also juggle other projects and do other things. That shouldn't be your main source, especially if, you know, again, you're not going to make 100% of the money. That we already understand that, right? You don't get 100% of that money. So why would that be your sole thing that you do? If that makes sense. You get what I'm saying with that? So, you know, to me, it don't just look greedy. It kind of look a little thirsty too. I'm just, you know.
It kind of look like you putting on for the camera.
I'm just saying. So are you doing business like you proclaim,
Otherwise, it wouldn't be an issue to work with other people because it's like, hey, I'm gonna get my little rations anyway. I'm getting my rations from other places. So, hey, let me just go on and get this little bit and see what else I can learn along the way and get, just keep filling up my basket on every angle. But I mean, some people just can't. They just can't do it.
And like you said, I think it was an episode or two ago about networking. You know what I'm saying? You just never know. Like, hey, you sit in a group, you collaborate with somebody. You just never know. That might be your next best, connection in the business, right?
It was some hitters in that meeting. It was some hitters in that meeting. But I mean, another thing too, like a lot of times when you building your team and you working with people and you have this collaboration versus competition thing, like people will play themselves out.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? People will play themselves out, and that way you know that, hey, you know what? It is what it is. I'm gonna keep it moving forward. This person was it. That wasn't something that I'm glad they showed themselves now versus when the ink dried. Then we got a problem with this person. So hey, go ahead, do your thing. We good on this.
That part. And so I guess it's like safe to say, because what I always want to do is talk directly to those people that are tuning into the show to decide whether or not they want to, full time become a check writer. And, not every opportunity is going to be a solo opportunity. Not everything is going to be directed just to you. So for example, if Sean was just starting a party palace, she might have to decide, you know what? Do I jump on this contract and make less money because it's a team? Or, do I just seek out just solo projects, right? And yeah, you might make a gang more money with these solo projects, but guess what? If you come collaborate with me, I might have some other side stuff. We did such a great thing together, Sean. How about we do this? Or I'm going to keep referring you. I'm going to keep putting your name in the room. You have people that start speaking for you. You know what I'm saying? Your name is resonating in rooms that you're not even in. You understand what I'm saying? So I believe that, collaboration goes beyond just that one situation. That could be something that, could take you into a very longevity in your business, just by collaborating and working with the right people.
Yeah.
So, definitely something that you need to consider.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely something that needs to be considered. And again, it just takes you further when you work with other people. It just takes you further. I think that it takes you further mentally and physically and financially. You know what I'm saying? Because you may meet somebody when you're off doing business with this group and, they say, oh, I remember this group. Yeah. And it wasn't just me. Your name is just getting passed around. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Your name is getting passed around. So it's like, but is your name getting passed around in a good way or a bad way?
That's the part like that I really want people to understand is like when you do business, especially if you're a new business owner, like guys, like your name gonna supersede you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you need to make sure that, so if you know that you egotistical and you know that you don't work well with others, like just decline. Just decline. Like it's so like we talked about this before. Every client ain't your client. So if you know that, hey, and I'm gonna be honest with you, there's been some circumstances where I'm like, yo, that group just ain't for me. I already know with my personality and the way I roll, that ain't gonna be what it is for me. Good for you know what I'm saying? And that's okay. I might have missed out. Who knows? I could have missed out on a real bag. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'd rather not get in that situation, show out, than, my name is, rattling around the city.
As a problem.
Like, that's the problem, child. Y'all don't want to work with Miss Cat because she crazy. You know what I'm saying? So, so you do have to make that decision. You know what I'm saying? We're not suggesting that you jump on every collaboration and work with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Do your due diligence, of course. But what we're trying to express is that you may want to consider consider that, especially if you're new, that may help propel and take you, to the next level.
And that's one thing I was gonna say too, and now it's easier to collaborate with people than it was when I started, when I came to Houston. I'm not gonna say when I started, because when I came to Houston, a lot of these big names in Houston, y'all ain't wanna deal with the Party Palace, but it's okay. We still willing to work with y'all, if you want to work with us, we still willing to work with y'all too, but I just don't think that it makes you look like a big person if you don't work with somebody. You know what I mean? It doesn't make you feel like that. But I don't know. I'm willing to work with people. I am.
Okay. Well, I would just say, just to land the plane, and for the lack of better terms, do your due diligence.
Do the work. Do the work.
And when you get the opportunity to sit at the table, check your ego. You know what I'm saying? Because
definitely
you never know who's sitting at the table, what connections you could probably get out of that. And maybe you might be taking a loss in income, but everything ain't always about money. You get what I'm saying? There are some relationships, there are some things that money cannot buy, right? So at the end of the day, check your ego. Learn to be humble in business, guys. Like, on some real, learn to be humble. You don't have to be the boss and the big dog in every single room that you're in. Humble yourself, be a student, you know what I mean, of your craft. Be open, to learn and grow, and it'll take you much further, So that's just my last final thought. Like, if you get invited to the table, don't just turn it down unless you know that that's not the table for you. Don't just turn it down, and really consider collaborating with other people, because you just never know where it might take you.
I think that's a good place to end it. I would also say too, just do your homework, and don't just say, no, I'm not working with people because I feel like that's beneath me, or I don't want to, I don't want to be a part of something else that's not all mine, or I'm not the leader. It's okay to lead from behind. Trust me. It's okay to lead from behind. And that's my final thought. It's okay to lead from behind. And I'm your girl, LiShon the Don.
And I'm Miss Cat, your coach, accountability partner, and teacher.
And we're both sides of the check.